Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I will guide you step by step on how to set up and configure a DHCP server on the latest version of Windows Server 2025. DHCP is a very important service in any network, and mastering its setup is essential for every IT administrator. We have a domain controller running Windows Server 2025, and the domain name is OK.25, and to check the IP address on this server, open the command prompt window. Enter the command ipconfig to display the IP address, gateway and network mask, and now after knowing the IP range of the server, we will start by adding the DHCP server role. From Server Manager, click on Manage in the upper right corner and select Add Roles and Features. Click Next on the Before You Begin screen. Here select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation and click on the Next button. Here, select or choose the server on which you want to install the DHCP role, if you have more than one server, and click Next to continue. From the list of roles, select the DHCP server, and a dialog box will appear asking you to add the required features. Click Add Features. Then click the Next button. There are no other features that you can add now. Click Next. Here review the options, and if everything is correct, click the Install button, and wait for the installation to complete. It will take a few minutes. Once the DHCP server role is installed, click on Complete DHCP Configuration. Click on Next in the description screen, then specify the administrator credentials for the license so that this allows the DHCP server to manage IP leases. Then click on Commit, and after finishing click on the Close button. After completing the post-installation configuration of the DHCP server, I will now configure a new DHCP scope. From Server Manager, click on the Tools menu, and select DHCP Management Console. Right-click on DHCP, and you can select Manage Authorized Service, and you will see a list of all authorized servers, and this is our server, and it is already authorized, and can therefore distribute to Active Directory clouds. Then expand our server and select IP version 4, and right-click on it and select New Scope. Click Next. Then enter a name and description for the new scope and click Next. In this step, IP address range, define the start and end IP range. For DHCP leases, I will enter the range from IP1 to 254, and I will make exceptions later. Set the length to 24 to suit your range, and also set the subnet mask for the network to 255.255.255.0. Click Next. In this step you can create exceptions, add any IP addresses you want to exclude from assignment by DHCP, and you can add more than one range as you see fit for your work. There is certainly an IP address that we reserve for servers and fixed devices. Keep all of that in mind while creating exceptions. After finishing adding the exceptions, click Next. In this step, which is the lease period, specify the lease duration for IP addresses. By default it is 8 days to reserve the IP address. You can change this duration according to the nature of your work. And click on Next. Now we have the option to set additional DHCP. I recommend you to leave the option as it is, and click on Next. Here and select the default gateway, add the router's IP address, and click on Next. Click on Next, and leave the settings as they are. Here also leave them as they are because I don't use Wins. And finally review the configuration, and finish the wizard. After that I will activate the DHCP scope. Right-click on the newly created scope, and select Activate. This makes the scope operational, allowing the server to start leasing IP addresses. And the green mark will appear, which means it is ready, and allows the server to start leasing IP addresses. After that, I will do test DHCP functionality. I will go to one of the client computers. Connect the computer to the same network, and make sure it is set to obtain an IP address automatically. Also you can open the command prompt, and type the command ipconfig, to make sure that the IP address has been obtained from the DHCP that distributes the server. Indeed, the IP address has been reserved for this client, and returned to the server. When you open address leases, you will find that the server has already started distributing the IP address to the client. That brings us to the end of this detailed tutorial on setting up a DHCP server in Windows Server 2025. We covered everything from enabling the DHCP role, to creating and activating the scope, and even tested its functionality, to make sure it works perfectly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below with your thoughts, or any questions you may have. Also, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future tutorials, tips, and tricks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.